like how to create a multi-protocol share for the volume with NTFS security style, right? So today we'll discuss about we'll discuss uh, multi-protocol share with unique security style. I mean, there is nothing much actually. Everything same only. Only thing is like you need to have a few extra steps. Not extra steps actually. While creating the volume, you need to um, specify few options. Okay, that's it. Apart from that, the procedure everything is similar only. Okay, let me change it. Okay, so first what you need to do the same thing. You need to collect the user account from Linux side, and you need to collect the Active Directory account from a Windows side. Okay, and for Unix user, you need to collect the GID and UID, just like how I collected yesterday, right? Simple command. What you need to do, just ID and name of the user, like Krishna. So it will give you a GID. This is the UID, sorry, and this is the GID. Okay, so you need to collect this information, and you need to create a local user here, uh, just like how we have created right yesterday. The same way, you need to create a local user here. Here, okay, you need to create a local user by using vserver services Unix user. This command. See, I have already created a user for Naveen and Krishna, right? So yeah. Now after that, you need to do vserver mapping, vserver name mapping, create. All these things are similar, just like how we did yesterday. Like you need to do mapping from Windows to yesterday we did it from Unix to Windows. This time you need to do it from Windows to Unix. Okay, Windows to Unix. Okay, Windows to Unix. Like if you want it to be accessible from both the ends, you need to create both mappings, like Unix to Windows and Windows to Unix. Okay, that's up to you. That is again based on the requirement. Now next step is to create a volume with security set. As I have already created Naveen and Krishna, and I already have a Windows user, mapping everything is placed. Now directly I'm creating a volume. Okay, volume, create vserver name, volume name, like vol2. I'm creating. I'm creating it on top of one of the aggregate size 15G, 15G space guarantee. All these options you know already, but just simply I'm specifying them. Junction path slash vol2, security style Unix, percentage snapshot space 0, snapshot policy. I don't want snapshot policy, so I'm keeping it to none. Just a second, please. Just a second. Okay, yeah, snapshot policy to none. Okay, these are the normal general options we'll use, right? Along with them, we need to use another option called Unix user, like user. Okay, user. In place of user, what you need to do, you need to specify the Unix user's GID. For Krishna, it is 1001. I want to give access to Krishna, so I'm specifying it here. And group, I need to specify Unix group ID, UID, GID here. UID and GID I need to specify. After that, we have a option called Unix permissions. So we can set the Unix permissions from here itself. Okay. So by default, it is uh, full control, read and execute and execute. Okay, let me explain you that. R means read, W means write, X means execute. Yeah, those are the three permissions actually. Now, what I want to do, I want to give access to the first one is, see this, whatever we have here, this is a owner. Okay, and the second one is group, and the third one is others. Okay, this is how Unix will work. First one is the owner, second one is the group, third one is the others. So for the owner, that means Krishna is the owner, right? Krishna is the owner because we have mentioned his UID here. So for Krishna, we have read access, write access, execute access, everything. He has full control. For the group, like there are few people part of that group also, right? For them, I just want to give read and execute access. That is a default option. For others, like who are not part of this group and who is not Krishna, they'll get only execute access. Okay. Like if you want to change that, you can do that. Uh, I want to give read write access as well to the group. Okay. I want to give um, read access to Krishna. Sorry, others. Like that, we can change the permissions. Okay. Read, write, execute. Read, write, execute. Sorry, execute and read and execute. There is a proper format actually that we need to follow. I forgot it. Okay, if you don't know that, then what we can do, let's go to Google, type Unix um, 755 permission, something like that. So read, write, execute, read, execute, read, execute. Okay. Okay, so not sure what I've done. Let me take a look at it and get back to you. Like I did long time back, so I don't remember the exact things how to do. But yeah, you need to provide the permissions like this. Like first one is the user. I mean, first one is the owner. Second one is the group, and third one is the others. Okay. Like if you want to modify the permissions, you can modify whenever you want from Netapp. And okay, volume name, Unix. Yeah, right now these are the permissions we have. Like if you want to change them, yeah, if you want to change them, you can do that. Okay, like that. So see, basically read, write, execute. So for the first one, like for the others, I provided, sorry, for the owner, I gave full permission, like read, write, execute. For the group also, I mean, group means the people in the group also, I provided full permissions. Okay, so read, write, execute. So no dashes there. But for others, I just want to provide read and execute, right? So in the place of write, I just put empty dash so that they'll not get a read. Okay, this is how you need to update the permissions. Okay, after that, that's it. Once you did that, what you can do, like create an export policy, or let me like the same export policy to this volume as well. Policy multi NTFS something. Okay, the server export policy show. Yeah, this policy. This is my policy. Okay, that's it. Now let me map the volume here. I'm creating a new folder called Wall2. Okay, as I'm Krishna. As a Krishna, I'll be not able to do anything like creating and all. What you need to do in order to create a folder, in order to mount and all, you need to have a root privilege. You need to have a root privilege on the server. So I'm switching back to root. Come on. Okay, I'm root again. Now let me create a folder. mkdir wall2. Now mount 192.168.0.131 colon slash wall2 to wall2. I'm mounting it to wall. That's it. df-h. See, now let me go back to wall2. Let me get into wall2. See, I'm not able to see anything. So let me create a file. Let me create a folder here. Okay. Let me create something image file. Okay, like that I have created some data. Now let me try to access, let me create a CIFS share on top of this. Share to on wall. Okay, now access control create on share to, I'm giving access to whom you want to give access. I want to give access to demo administrator. permission, full control. Now let me try to access that. Share to see. I'm able to see the data from here as well. Okay, like that, you can do whatever you want. I mean, this is the way you can create a multi-protocol share. See, I'm able to create a data on Unix volume share that created on Unix volume because the user Windows user is already mapped with Linux user. That is the reason I'm able to access. Okay. Any questions? This is how you need to create a multi-protocol share. This is very, very important, guys. Like you need to do it very regularly in your real time. Like, okay, this is very, very important. They'll ask you in interview also. They might ask you in interview, what is the procedure to create a multi-protocol share? Okay. If you don't have any questions, then yeah, let's proceed with the on-tap upgrade. Any questions? Okay. Let me end this lab. Uh, Upgrading on-tap. One need to create for on-tap. This lab. It's okay. So performing the on-tap upgrade is very easy, pretty simple. Okay, anyone can do that. But the prerequisites, like whatever the things we need to do before upgrading the on-tap, they are the ones very important. They are the very important ones and very difficult ones. Okay, so let's talk about all of them today. Mostly today it will be like theoretical session only. Maybe tomorrow only we'll be able to uh, yeah, discuss. I don't have a mouse to increase the cursor. No, sorry. Okay. So the first one is select the target on tap version. Okay. So this is the first thing that you need to do. Okay. Whenever you are upgrading the on tap. Okay. So how we can select the target on tap version? For example, right now, let's assume that I'm in 9.3. I want to upgrade my ONTAP to a different version. Then how can you decide to which version you have to go? You are planning to go. Okay. That is based on like you first you need to find what are the issues you have with your current ONTAP version. Okay. That is the one thing. And one more thing is like what are the features that you are looking for. Okay. These are the things you need to consider. Okay. So based on that, you need to review the target version. Like you need to review the all available on tap versions. Like for example, 9.4, 9.5, 9.6, 9.7, 9.8, 9.9. Yeah, you need to review all those versions. Okay, so there, it there is a document called a release notes. Okay, which will give you all that info, like what are the bugs that were fixed in that version and what are the new features that they have added in the version. Everything will be there. So based on reading those things, you need to select the target on tap version. Okay, so how you will select the on tap version? So who fixes the bugs, like bug fixes? based on bug fixes and new features. Need to select the on-tap version. So the release document, you need to go through release document. Okay, with the help of release document only, you'll be able to find out all these things and you can select the target on-tap version. I'll show you how where to find the release document. Second step is, sorry, yes. Okay. Second step is on the version. Okay. Yeah. Second step is to check the hardware and software compatibilities. Okay. So first hardware compatibility, you can check it from hwu.netapp.com. I think I've already shown you, like I told you, right? Not all Netapp hardware models will support all on-tap versions. There are some limitations. For example, if you take like 3200 or 2400, 2200, these kind of series, 3000 and 2000 series cannot be upgraded beyond 9.1. 9.1 is the last version for them. You'll be not able to upgrade the on-tap version on those controllers to 9.2 or later versions. The same way, if you take like 2500 or 2600 or 8000 series, okay, these can be upgraded till 9.7. You cannot upgrade them to, okay, 9.8. Or I think, sorry, 9.8 is the last version. You cannot upgrade them to 9.9 or 9.10. Okay, like that. These are the things you need to check in hardware compatibility. So what you need to do, you need to list down all the available, all the models, all the control models in your environment, and you have to check uh, all of them are able to upgradable to target on the version or not. Okay, that is what we'll call it as a hardware compatibility. You- Okay, next thing is software compatibility. Software compatibility means nothing but we have a site called interoperability, interoperability compatibility matrix. Okay, this is a tool or a internal portal in Netapp which will help us to check the software compatibility. Software compatibility in the sense of nothing but we are upgrading to a on-tap version, right? For example, let's assume that I'm upgrading to 9.7 something, 9.7 P14 or something. Okay, now I have to check all other softwares in my data center existing environment. Will they compatible with this new on-tap version or not? I need to check. For example, that means Brocade. If you have SAN switches, then you need to select Brocade FOS version. So whatever the FOS Fabric Operating System version on Brocade switches, is it compatible with ONTAP 9.7 P14 or not? If it is not compatible, then you need to upgrade the FOS before doing the ONTAP upgrade, and you need to make it compatible. Okay, or server HBA firmwares, server HBA firmwares. You need to check the compatibility for HPA firmware and driver versions as well. If they are not compatible, then you need to work with server teams and you need to upgrade the HBA driver and firmware versions and make them compatible. Then only you need to proceed with the on-tap upgrade. Not only that, like just like this, a lot of things you need to take a look. Like for example, if you have a tools, like we have a storage internal tools for monitoring, for automation, right? You need to check the compatibility uh, of those tools also along with our target on tap version. Like that, you need to check the compatibility of everything, okay, with our target on tap version. If they are compatible, that is fine. We can proceed with the on-tap upgrade. If they are not compatible, what you need to do? We need to upgrade them by working with proper teams and make them compatible. Then only you need to proceed with the on-tap upgrade. Okay. If possible, I'll show you. Like the problem is they have made changes to the authentication mechanism, right? After that, interoperability compatibility matrix portal is inaccessible. Yesterday also I checked it. Yeah, if it is not accessible today as well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload the old video where I have explained the compatibility checks, like how to check the compatibility and everything. Okay, so yeah, this is the way you can check the hardware compatibility and software compatibility with the target on tap version. Now, once the hardware compatibility and the software compatibility is done, then we have a portal called auto support Netapp. Okay, auto support in Netapp. From there, you need to generate a plan called upgrade advisor. You need to generate a plan called upgrade advisor. So this upgrade advisor is a plan, okay, which will give you uh like, just a second, guys. Okay, yeah. So what you need to do, you need to generate this upgrade advisor plan. So this upgrade advisor plan is nothing but, so what it will do, there you need to set it will already display your current on tap version. From there, there is another option to select your target on tap version where you want to upgrade to. And after that, if you generate, then it will go through all your Netapp configurations. Okay, this auto support portal will have access to all your Netapps. Okay, will go through your Netapp configurations, and it will give you best recommendations, like what are the things you need to fix proceeding before on tap upgrade. Like are there any issues you need to fix proceeding before on tap upgrade, or are there anything are there any things you need to check before proceeding with on-tap upgrade? Everything it will give you. Along with that, it will give you the commands as well, like a plan. What are the commands you need to run to upgrade your on-tap? Like that, everything it will give you. Okay. Next thing is, once the upgrade advisor is generated, you need to go through upgrade advisor, and you have to fix all the issues reported by upgrade advisor, and yeah, then you have to make everything ready. So once everything is prepared, then you need to follow the internal process. You need to open a change request. You need to select a date and open a change request. Normally, on tab upgrade and these kind of things will be done only during the non-business hours, because you need to reboot your controllers, like not all of them at a time. Okay, you need to reboot one by one, right? I mean, during the on-tap upgrade procedure, the controllers will be rebooted automatically. So that is the reason. Normally, you don't require a downtime, but if something wrong happened, you need to fix it, right? You need some time to fix it. If you do it during the production hours, it will impact. The impact will be very high, right? That is the reason. Mostly, we'll do them. We'll do these kind of activities during the non-business hours, mostly on weekends. Okay, just create a change request and yeah, proceed. Once everything is done, now you are good to go with the on tap upgrade. So these are the prerequisites what you need to check before proceeding with the on tap upgrade. Okay, on the day of on tap upgrade, there are few more things that you need to check. Like now I'm planning to do on tap upgrade. So before on tap upgrade, what you need to do, you need to check for hardware failures. Actually, we'll do it proactively, but on the same day also, you need to check hardware failures. Are there any hardware failures, like a disk failures are there, or any hardware failures are there? You need to check on all the controllers in the cluster. If there is any hardware failure, then it is not recommended by Netapp to proceed with the on-tap upgrade. What you need to do, you need to coordinate with Netapp, and you need to replace that faulty part. Even if it is a disk failure also, it is not recommended to proceed with the on-tap upgrade. Yeah. So you need to get the failed part, I mean, the whatever the part that got failed, right? You need to replace it, and then only you need to proceed with the on-tap upgrade. Second thing, I mean, next thing is, make sure no offline volumes, no offline volumes or LUNs. If you have any volumes or LUNs in offline state, then it is not recommended to proceed with the on-tap upgrade. Either you need to delete them, or you need to bring them online for on-tap upgrade, and you can offline them later. Once on-tap upgrade is completed, you can offline them. But it is not recommended to proceed with the on-tap upgrade if you have any offline volumes or LUNs. Okay. Why? The reason is because during the on-tap upgrade, it will change some metadata settings on every volume and LUN. That is the reason it is not recommended to have offline volumes or LUNs. Okay. Next, like, if there are any background process running, background process like deduplication, storage efficiency technologies, like we have not yet discussed about them. Deduplication, compression, compaction, and scrubbing, you know that, right? Scrubbing, these kind of background process will be there, right? If they are running, then what you need to do, you have to make sure that you need to stop them before proceeding with the on tap upgrade. You cannot let them run. Okay, whenever you are doing the on tap upgrade, you must stop those background procedures. Okay, whatever. Next thing is, if you have SAN LANs in your environment, then make sure that all servers, okay, connected. Okay, make sure that all servers connected to our storage. Okay, connected to our storage via multiple paths. Okay, via multiple paths. Make sure that, because uh, multiple paths and all redundant controllers. Redundant controllers. Why? Because as I told you, during the on-tap upgrade, the controllers will be rebooted, right? So when, if you don't have multiple paths, or if your server is not, if your server is not connected to multiple controllers, then whenever the controller got rebooted, your server might lose access to the um, storage. That is the reason, whenever you are proceeding with the on-tap upgrade, if you have a SAN, then you have to make sure that whatever the servers that connected to storage, uh, make sure that they have multiple paths by connected to storage via multiple paths to avoid the disruption or storage inaccessibility. You need to work with the server team to check that. Okay, you can't do it on your end. You need to work with the server team. Just drop an email to them and ask them that, if they are able to see our storage via multiple paths or not. They'll check that, and they'll confirm you back. If they don't see any server uh, not having multiple paths, you need to fix the zoning, and you have to make sure, like, why it is having only single path. You need to fix that, then only proceed with the on tap upgrade. Okay. No, involved in background process. Yeah. And one more thing, snap mirror should be stopped or queued, actually. Okay. Before proceeding with the on tap upgrade, You have to make sure that your no snap mirrors running during the on tap upgrade. You have to choose all the snap mirrors, okay, and you need to resume them once upgrade is completed, okay. But no snap mirrors are allowed during the on tap upgrade. Um, Next, the very important thing, CPU utilization. Okay, CPU utilization of controllers controllers in cluster must be less than 50%. Less than 50%. Because if your CPU is more than 50%, then it might cause a disruption. Why? The reason is whenever you are doing on tap upgrade, I told you the controllers will be rebooted. When one controller got rebooted, then the services which are handling by the controller will be moved to the partner node, right? So partner node is having already dealing with its own load. Now it has to take care of the partner controller load as well. So that is the reason it is uh, whenever you are proceeding with the on tap upgrade, you have to check the CPU utilization of your controller. That must be less than 50% only. Okay, if it is more than that, you need to find a way to bring it down. You need to find a way to bring it down. Why it is more than 50%? Like you need to check the background process, as I told you, deduplication, compression, compaction, are they running? Are any scrubbing activity is running? Or you need to check like snap mirrors are running. These kind of things you need to check, and you need to stop them. Then automatically CPU utilization will be down. Okay. And also that is a one more reason, whenever the clients are accessing also the CPU utilization will be very high, right? That is the reason we'll do it during the non-business hours. So very few hosts and clients will be accessing a storage. Okay. And one more thing is you need to check the disk utilization as well. Before proceeding with on-tap upgrade, disk utilization must not be 100%. Obviously disk utilization will be always close to 100, but it should not be 100. Like even though it will not impact anything, even though if it is 100%, but you have to be very careful when you are dealing with the CPU utilization must be less than 50. You cannot proceed with the on type upgrade if your CPU utilization is greater than 50 or 50%. Okay. Yeah, these are the things that you need to check before proceeding with the on type upgrade. Like not only that, make sure that at least you have 5 MB free space on all the uh, make sure that you have 5 MB free space on all the volumes, because as I told you, during the on tap upgrade the volume meta information will be updated with the new configuration. That is the reason you must have at least 5 MB free space on each and every volume in your cluster. Okay, these are the things you need to do. Once you checked all these things, if you are good, then you are good to go, and you can proceed with the on tap upgrade. So what is the first step of on-tap upgrade? That is trigger auto support. So what is auto support actually? Auto support is a remote mechanism, okay, which will upload the configurations and notification events and notifications to Netapp support site Okay. So with the help of this auto support only, Netapp will be able to read the configurations and Netapp will be able to receive the events. For example, if there is any disk failure, then what auto support will do? Auto support will trigger an event to Netapp. So Netapp will be aware that okay, there is a disk failed in this particular cluster, particular node, particular shelf. What they'll do, they'll create a case automatically and they'll send a replacement drive. The same way, if there is any hardware failure, if one of the node in your cluster went down or your entire cluster went down, then automatically they will get back to us promptly based on the auto support. Okay, this is a mechanism which will help them to uh, get the configuration details and event details from our clusters. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to trigger a auto support. Why we need to trigger auto support? And during triggering the auto support, we need to mention a message like we are performing on tap upgrade and all. Why? During the on-tap upgrade, the nodes will be rebooted, right? If you don't trigger auto support, if you started the on-tap upgrade, then this will create events to Netapp, and Netapp might panic and they'll reach out to you like a node got rebooted, something like that. So this is a kind of a notice we are sending to them, like we are performing on-tap upgrade. So ignore the alerts. Okay, the same way we need to trigger auto support at the start of our activity, start of on tap upgrade, and end of our on tap upgrade. Once on tap upgrade is completed, then also we need to trigger a auto support. I'll show you how to trigger everything. I'll show you, don't worry. Okay. Yep. So after that, we need to follow the commands in the upgrade advisor and perform the on tap upgrade. Okay, and one more thing guys, I forgot that actually, and during this procedure as only, what we need to do, download the on tap image from Netapp support site and place that image in one of the web server, in our environment. Okay, we need to host it in one of the web server in our environment. From that web server only, we can download the image to our Netapp controllers. Okay, we must upload it to a web server. Either it might be a FTP web server or HTTP or HTTPS, yeah, anything. You can use any web server. These web servers will be mostly managed by either Linux team. Most of the people will use Linux server only as a web server. Some people might use Windows team. So you can get the details from them and you can upload them on your own if you have access to the web server, or you can give the image to server team so that they'll upload and generate a link for you on behalf of you. Okay, they'll give you the link. So whenever you're starting the upgrade, you need to provide that link so that it will download the image from that web server to Netapp controllers. Okay, yeah, any questions so far? If you're good, then I'll show you all these things. Like, let me check the release document first. Let me show you the release document if I can find it. Tap on tap release notes. Okay, if you with that, then it will give you the first one only. Earlier, we used to get release notes for each and every version. Like 9.5 will be having separate release notes, 9.6 will be having separate, 9.7 will be having separate. But right now, everything is a single document. And see here, every see here we have everything. 9.8, 9.1, 9. So many, all the things, all the versions. So for example, I want to go through 9.8, then click on all documents. It will take me to the documents related to 9.8. Like it will give you a lot of things. So what you can do, just select the release notes. That's it. It will open the release notes. Okay. Just killing me. Just a sec. Waiting for the OTP. I got it. See, this is the release notes actually. Normally we'll be having all the versions, not only at that particular version. See, it will show you all the versions. Now I want to go through 9.8, right? Just directly go to 9.8. Like what are the changes they made on 9.8? 9.10, that is, this is 9.9. This is 9.8. So in 9.8, manageability enhancements, what they have done to system manager, what they have done to data protection. Data protection means nothing but snap mirror, snap vault, these kind of things. What they have done to file access protocol, that means NFS and CIFS. What are the new features they have added? What are the things they changed? Everything it will show you. Okay, like that. You need to go through everything. Then, if you want to get the in detail information, just click on the link. It will take you to the in detail information about each and every point. Okay, like that. New cautions. See, if there are any issues that you need to know during the upgrade, it will show you the cautions as well. End of support means if there are any, uh, yeah, if there are any thing, like for example, if they are retiring, like for example, you have a disk shelf 40 to 43, which is no longer support after 9.4. Like if you are upgrading to 9.5, you must remove the disk shelves. You need to plan buying a new shelf, or you need to do something, then only you need to proceed. Like that, everything it will give you in this document. You'll be able to get all the information. See, this done from here 9.7, like that. These are the only features. Like if you go down, once everything is completed, now it will show you what are the things yeah, they have implemented. Is there, are there any hardware limitations? Everything they'll show you. Okay, you need to go through the documentation. So based on that, you have to select the on type version. All. Okay. Mm, system manager name got changed, like that. Everything it will inform you. You need to read the entire document, like whatever it is required, at least. Okay, not everything. Yeah. Okay. So this is how you need to access the release document. Next step is hardware compatibilities. You know that already, right? HWU .netapp.com. I have already shown you like multiple times how to check the hardware compatibility. I think these sites are not working after the authentication change. It's creating like problems. I'm not sure if they are accessible or not. IMD is not accessible now. Yeah, okay. So what you need to do, for example, I want to upgrade my AFF, or let me select FAS. Okay, let me select AFF only. Uh, Start with platform, display platform configuration not required. Yeah, let's assume that I have AFF 8040. See, it is showing on tap version till 9.8 only. I'm not able to see 9.9, 9.10. Why? Because it supports only till 9.8. After 9.8, you cannot upgrade it to 9.9 or 9.10. Like that, you need to check the hardware compatibility. Okay. For example, let me select the newer one. Let me select AFF C190. See, this is showing the latest version 9.10 as well. Okay, like that. Based on that, you need to do. Okay. Now, let me show you how to check the software compatibility. Let me check if the site is accessible. I'll show you, or else I'll upload the old video only. Just go through it and yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Now you need to go to tools. Here, interoperability matrix. Click there. So it will take you to a separate portal, which is inaccessible now. I'm not sure why. Let's check. Oh, good that they're accessible now. Okay. So, for example, if you want to check the things related to SAN, then select the SAN, on tap SAN host solutions. Let it open. Yeah, it is not working, guys. Yeah, I'll upload the old video. Just go through it. Okay, it contains in detail information like how to check the compatibility and everything, software compatibility. Okay, so this is the way you need to access the. And in tools, you have one more thing called Active IQ. Earlier, we used to call it as auto support. Okay, now they have changed the name to Active IQ. Just click here so that it will take you to the Active IQ portal from where you can download the Upgrade Advisor. Okay, Upgrade Advisor, I told you, right? It is a plan which you can use to uh, get all the information like what are the recommendations from Netapp, everything it will be there. Let me show you that. If possible, I'll do it. Okay, so here, so this is the Upgrade Advisor. Here you have a tab called Upgrades, right? Just click on this Upgrades. Yeah, okay. Let's select, for example, I want to upgrade to 9.915. Let's select this. Here it will give you explanation like what are the advantages of upgrading, blah blah, so many things. Just you don't need to check that. Okay. In Risk Advisor, it will give you the risks as well. Ignore that also for now. Go to Upgrade Advisor plan. Okay, click on Upgrade Advisor. No risks actually. We resolved all of them. Okay, so here, so what is the cluster you want to upgrade to? I want to upgrade this particular cluster, SMO NAS cluster, for example. Let's assume that. Need to select all the nodes in the cluster and click on Generate Upgrade Plan. Now it is asking me the report name SMO. That's it. That's okay. And when it comes to upgrade, we have three types of upgrade, which which I'm going to discuss after this. Okay. Right now I selected automated non-disruptive upgrade. There are two more options like a non-disruptive upgrade and a disruptive upgrade. Let me select automated non-disruptive upgrade. Type also, we have two types actually, rolling upgrade and batch upgrade. This we cannot select it. It will be by default. Method HTTP only by default. Okay, I want it in PDF format. Yeah, the plan. That's it. Submit. So what it will do, it will generate a plan. Okay, and you'll get an email after that. But if you want to check them from here, I think you'll be able to see them in the report section. Reports. See, SMO, the report is running. Still it is in progress. Once the report is ready, it will give you a download option here. Okay. Let it finish. That I'll show you. See, now we can download it completed. Put it down. Zip file. Let me extract it. Okay. So here is the upgrade advisor plan. So yeah, this is the plan which will contain what is the current version from where to which version we are upgrading to. Everything it will show you. So it is asking us to check the hardware compatibility, software compatibility manually. It won't yeah give you here the recommendations related to compatibility, because that is a we need to analyze based on our environment, right? It will give you recommendations only up to NetApp level. It don't know what all servers connected to storage and what all switches connected to storage, right? That's right. And here it is saying that normally whenever you are doing the upgrade, CIFS only the protocol will be impacted, like that is also for few seconds actually, but NFS, iSCSI, FCP, there will be zero downtime. Okay, what it is saying is like so many things you need to go through all the things, and if they are applicable to you, you need to yeah resolve them. Yeah, it is saying check the CPU utilization before proceeding, blah blah, so many things it is saying. Okay, bias warning, you need to read all of them. It is asking you to stop the snap mirrors, disk firmware. Actually earlier before an ONTAP 9, in data ONTAP 8 versions, you need to upgrade the disk firmware, disk shelf firmware, service processor firmware separately. They are not bundled with ONTAP versions. But from ONTAP 9 onwards, what they have done, they have made a single image by combining all the firmwares. So disk firmware, disk shelf firmware, service processor firmware also will be upgraded along with data ONTAP, along with ONTAP upgrade. Okay, so you don't need to worry about that unless if you have a specific requirement to upgrade your disks or disk shelf to uh, latest than the recommended version. There is no need to do it manually, all those things. That is what undeleted volumes, you have if you have any undeleted volumes, delete them or bring them online, like that. Make sure that there are no jobs are running. Obtaining the ONTAP software image, yeah, it is asking you to download the ONTAP image from here. They'll give you the links. After that, these are the commands you need to run to upgrade the ONTAP. To upgrade the ONTAP. Okay, this is a backup plan. For example, after you upgraded to a newer version, you are facing some issues. Okay, so as you are facing some issues, like you need to back out, you need to perform a backout, right? Backout means you want to go to older version. Then this is the plan you need to follow. Everything it will contain. Okay, this is a upgrade advisor plan. You need to follow this plan accurately. Yeah, once everything is completed, then you need to proceed with the ONTAP upgrade. So whenever you want to proceed with the ONTAP upgrade, I told you, right, you need to check a few things. Along with that, one more thing that you need to check is CPU utilization, CPU and disk utilization, right? What is the command to check that? I'll show you now. So system node run node name. You need to run this command in node shell. Okay, sys config hyphen, sorry, not sysconfig actually, sys systat. Okay, hyphen c, 10 hyphen c means count, how many times you have to run this command. Systat command hyphen x means iteration, like okay, you want me to run this command for 10 times, then how frequently you want me to run. Like one, if I mention one, it will run for every 1 second. Okay, like that. See, So here, this is the CPU utilization. 2%, 3%, 4%. We are good because this is a lab system, right? Nothing running on top of it. That is the reason it is showing like 2% or 3%. Normally in production, it will be very high. Okay, and this is the disk utilization. Another thing which you want, you need to take a look. But this is fine. Even though if it is 100, that's okay. But better to bring it down as well. But CPU is the critical one. Like that, you need to check for both the controller, all the controllers in your cluster. Okay, so I'm checking it for second controller now. Okay, like that, CPU utilization is good, disk utilization is 0 because we don't have anything here. That's why. Okay, this is the way you need to check the CPU utilization and all. Any questions? Okay, cool. Let's stop it for today. And tomorrow I'll show you how to download the OnTap image and yeah, how to buff OnTap upgrade and all. I'll show you tomorrow. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions, or else I'll stop the session for today. Cool. Uh, okay then. I'm stopping the session for today. Okay. See you tomorrow, same time.